The next is to set a public hearing for the Community Development Block Grant. Public hearing to serve our first public hearing in the process of the application we submitted under Mr. Joe Dooley. Where is Mr. Dooley?
He's not here tonight, if I may.
He's duly absent. He's duly absent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
This, as some of you are aware, that if you have any desire to apply for a Community Development Block Grant Fund, they require an initial, ultimately require 2 public hearings, but 1 initial public hearing prior to application in order to use that time to gain any public comments and ideas on a potential project. And so that's the purpose of this public hearing. The Division of, it's now called the Division of Community Investment and Assistance, has announced last Wednesday the opening of 5 categories of funding: infrastructure hookup, scatter-site housing would typically go to the counties, small business and entrepreneurial assistance, which is funding available to the community to help specific business development situation, and then they have a catalyst program, which is the new name for what used to be called the community revitalization, or back in the old days.
You have copies of that that list that you have there for us?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have a copy, and I'd be glad to share it with you.
Well, if you would, that would be good.
More than happy to. These are the categories that are open. They have set some timeline for when some interest in one of these categories is expressed by a community, but with most of those, whether it be a pre-application or a letter of interest, they want proof that this initial hearing has been held, the community has been invited in to share any ideas that they may have and desire to have this kind of assistance. So if you wish to have apply for any of these categories, we have talked about reapplying for 11th and Chestnut, but there are other possibilities. The other thing that we would suggest, they are running late on opening 2011 funding. Normally this is done back 6 months ago, back in the spring, but because of some difficulties they've had in their program, it is now being released, and then they're going to catch up in the coming spring, release the 2012 funding. We've gotten a ruling from the program manager that if we label this as 2011 and 12 initial public hearing, then this will take care of your obligation if you desire to submit a second application for 2012 money, so you can feed a bird with two seeds at one time by doing it that way. So we can arrange that for you if you wish to set a public hearing.
All right. Let's go ahead and set the first public hearing.
I make a motion we set it same after
Is that a good?
height.
Is that a good thing? All right. So we at 2:45. We can't make it contiguous with it. We gotta make it either before it or after the board meeting that we have? How do you wanna do it? Board?
2:30. Go 15 minutes.
All right, so the,
2:30
the
on,
meeting will, the hearing will start at 2:30. All right, give me a motion, a second, and let's move.
I make a motion to set the hearing December 20th at 2:30 PM.
All right,
So,
it's been moved and properly seconded that we set the hearing for this community development block grant for 2:30 PM on December 20th. Any discussion, any question? All in favor, let it be known by the sign aye. All opposed? Motion carried. All right, thank you, Mr. Patton.
Well,
Next is,
I make a motion to go into.
for, property acquisition. All right, it's been moved, have a second.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we, go into closed session. All in favor? All in favor? All right. Chief, close the door when everybody's out.